In this video, a Jewish rabbi explains why Islam is the only faith that has remained standing, true to its original message, deeply connected to God, and resilient through the storms of history. His words are truly worth listening to.
Islam
is a religion that had a real, living leader who received revelation. This is beyond doubt. Today, Christianity faces many challenges, to the point that even Christians themselves are questioning their faith. By contrast, Islam, from the very beginning, was a stable, resilient, and powerful teaching, capable of withstanding the many changes and trials of the world. Christianity, on the other hand, began to decline more noticeably around the time Karl Marx wrote the Communist Manifesto.
In this episode, the goal is neither proselytism nor empty comparison, but a sincere reflection on what distinguishes Islam from Christianity. From an external yet scholarly perspective, this rabbi highlights what he sees as the strength of the Islamic message and the internal coherence of its teachings. He lays out with clear arguments the deeper reasons behind Islam's historical longevity.
From its very beginning, Islam was conceived as a resilient, solid, and deeply viable religion, one capable of crossing centuries and withstanding the upheavals of the world. Its foundation was unique. Islam had a real, living leader, a man who received revelation, and this is beyond doubt. While Christianity is marked by internal tensions and unresolved questions, Islam stands out for its clarity. A prophet receives revelation, founds a community, and on that basis establishes a new teaching, structured, coherent, and unified. From the outset, this teaching shows an exceptional capacity to endure. One only needs to open the Quran to understand this. The text itself affirms that the message was meant to last, to face trials, and to survive the passage of time. And history confirms it. Islam has endured. It has resisted. It has remained standing through the storms of history. Another decisive factor is the geographical origin of Islam. It emerged in the East, far from Europe, far from major social, technological, and ideological revolutions that would later shake and transform the world. Islam was born at a distance from these upheavals, and it developed at a distance as well. And it is precisely this distance that allowed it to gain a powerful and lasting influence.
As he continues his analysis, the rabbi turns to a sensitive question: how Christianity has evolved in the face of the ideological and social upheavals of the modern world. There is no gratuitous criticism or provocation here, only a thoughtful, historical reading of Christianity as he understands it.
Today, in our time, an era marked by the rise of radical atheism, the situation becomes clearer. Democracy, in this view, is not merely an ideological compromise. It represents radical atheism taken to its extreme. As this model spread across the world, Christianity gradually lost its substance, until it survived largely as architectural heritage rather than a living spiritual force. Judaism, for its part, absorbed into Zionism, was also largely stripped of its spiritual dimension. And when we look at this landscape, what remains? Islam remains. Islam was shaped in such a way that those who followed Muhammad and those who embraced Islam afterward remained in a direct and continuous relationship with the Creator. Christianity, in general, began to decline around the time Karl Marx wrote the Communist Manifesto. If one reads it carefully, Marx clearly presents Christianity as a religion in decline. And according to this analysis, that assessment proved accurate, because Christianity, by its very structure, was unable to withstand major social revolutions. Its decline began in the mid-19th century, and by the early 20th century, it had largely ceased to function as a dominant religion, capable of uniting people and exerting real spiritual influence. It adapted. Christianity adapted very well to the modern world. Today we see Christian democratic parties, just as in Israel there are political parties with religious identities. But when a religion changes itself to keep pace with time, this is seen not as renewal, but as a sign of decline. In other words, as a spiritual foundation for individuals, Christianity is viewed here as having lost its vitality.
Христианство умерло.
Whether one agrees with the rabbi's interpretation or not, it invites deep reflection. Islam did not bend to history, it stood firm against it. That endurance is not accidental. A faith that remains unchanged in its essence century after century carries within it a force that exceeds human design. The Rabbi's message is clear and simple. Islam did not simply survive the storms of history, it was built to withstand them. Thank you for your time. Assalamu alaikum.